so keep that in mind.
Yeah, hey, forget I asked.
That'll definitely
Ew.
do.
Join the Discord.
It was the least fun I've ever had playing this game.
A small but vibrant and extremely humble community.
No, I've seen the sleeves, but I'm like, you said you're suiting up, and then you put your sleeve on. Thank you for saying that.
Because I'm a demon on the keys.
Next thing I know, we're both dead. I immediately left the lobby.
In Vietnam.
What are they playing for? Are they playing to win?
Stay humble.
Stay humble.
We are live. Welcome to the Dropshot, episode 41. My name is Casey, also known as Razinon. I am joined, as always, by my good friend Tanner. Tanner, say hello to everyone.
What's going on, everybody?
And today, we're smoking some meats. That is a reference to Mark Zuckerberg, for those of you who were not here live to watch the pre-show, where we had a lot of fun, twitch.tv/Razinon. So it doesn't matter. It's an inside joke that is not very important or funny. But if you type in Mark Zuckerberg smoking meats, you'll see that he, the CEO of and founder of Facebook, is in fact a lizard person. Now today, we are doing a very fun and exciting episode of Q&A. I really enjoy doing these Q&As. I feel like you guys do as well. Tanner enjoys them as well. Because oftentimes you will present us with questions that we had not really thought to address. Some questions are fantastic, some are middling, some are awful, but most of them are quite good, actually. Quite high caliber. So that is what is on the docket for today. Read a book. Vaping Viking, let's fucking go with the 500 biddies, dude. You love to see it. Thank you very much, sir. He says, sounds breaking to me. We were talking about breaking news, and that was that Dr. Disrespect does not know why he was banned from Twitch. He alleges. That is fake news, obviously. We'll get into it. But anyways, Viking, thank you so much, dude. Honored, humbled, and of course privileged to have you here. So I want to get to these questions. A couple quick little things to get out of the way. First and foremost, at the outset, I was referring to our first patron, Jake, at the end of last pod, and I had assumed it was one Jake, but it was in fact another Jake. And the correct Jake got in contact with me, and he said, I've refunded my Patreon subscription. I'm never going to watch this podcast again. How dare you malign me in this fashion? That's not what he said, obviously. He actually said, hey, by the way, you got the wrong guy. It was me. Whatever. So Jake, the real Damascus patron Jake, aka Salmonella, I apologize. I wanted to get that out of the way. Thank you for bringing it to my attention, because the other Jake didn't. He was happy to take credit for an accomplishment or a deed he had not in fact done. So Salmonella, thank you. And of course for your patronage. Get scammed, because nothing's coming out in June. But again, we'll get into that. So also
Get fucking baited.
Get scammed, kid. Scamazed. Pork Belly, thank you for the offline sub as well. Much appreciated, sir. Takes balls to drop offline subscriptions to anyone, really. So I appreciate that, Pork Belly. It is much appreciated. And then the last announcement for me is that you guys, I've gotten actually some correspondence that I can't wait for the Saturday pod, because I want to hear you guys talk about the COD 2020 leaks, which I tweeted about, which you would know about, twitter.com/Razinon. But we're not going to talk about that today. We're going to save that for Wednesday. That is a news item. I want to put it on Wednesday. And in all honesty, there's probably not going to be much else to cover on Wednesday anyway. So I want to save that for Wednesday. And there's also the chance that more leaks will come out in the interim, in which case it will be good to wait until then. So if you were here for COD 2020 leaks, or analysis, what have you, that will be on Wednesday, not today. So Tanner, any announcements on your end?
Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Tanner Dropshot. The streams have been fun lately. They've been pretty fun, huh?
Pretty fun.
We've been doing good on quads, dude. We get like 4 wins a night at least.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah.
So we've been doing good. So stop on by. You guys can see.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking fun.
Yeah. So for those of you who just listen on your favorite podcast app, the way we do this is I stream the pod on my Twitch channel, and then right afterward, all of us go to Tanner's Twitch channel, and then we still have dual cam, and then we do fucking gameplay. We stream gameplay, and it is, in fact, a lot of fun, especially when we're slaying out like we always do, obviously. So, real quick here. The Vaping Viking has donated $5 United States dollars. Screwed up all my dono settings, just making sure this is working. The big ol' biddies works. Okay. Hell yeah, Viking. Well, it appears to have worked, sir. I appreciate the $5, sir. How did you screw up your donation settings? Anyway, yeah, it's working. So much appreciated, brother. I'm happy that you tested it here. Very kind of you, sir. What else do we have here? Nicomas, 2 more gifted subs. Let's fucking go. The Jedi Knife 84, the designer of this fucking logo, in fact.
Hey, dude, we're matching.
Oh shit, we're matching. This is courtesy of Jedi Knife, who was just gifted a sub. You love to see that.
Buy our fucking merch.
Go to the merch store now. Do I have an action for that? Shop, maybe? I don't know if I do.
I don't think you do.
Well, go
You're
to
a
the
shit
fucking
streamer, so.
Go to the yeah, true. Go to the drop shop. It is in the panels listed below. And then GHFNTM27271, change it. Boys, welcome to this small but vibrant and extremely humble community. Nasty Naya, let's fucking go. Nat Dad with the gifted sub to Nasty Naya. Thank you as well. Or welcome as well, rather, Nasty. And Nicomas and Matt Dad, of course. Much appreciated. All the love. Very kind of you, boys. Much obliged, sirs. And welcome, everyone who is new here. So, went wild yesterday and about 18 other times this month. And the banks that hold my funds started freaking out. Problem solved. Oh,
Jesus.
That makes sense, actually. That actually makes sense because it's probably a lot of individual charges for sums of money. So I'm glad you got it sorted, though.
Banks. He probably has so much money that one of the banks is only for him. So he had to overflow and open in a second one because he filled the other one up.
Yeah. Here's how you know you're balling. You have more than one bank. I have a bank account and a checking account at one bank and a credit card. That's it. That's my fine. Well, I have an investment account and a 401k, I guess. Okay, well, whatever. Doesn't matter. But I don't have banks. That's outrageous. So you love to see it. Yeah, this guy's balling out of control. Handsome kid, too. Handsome kid.
Very handsome.
You need to turn off the grayscale so I can get a better assessment, but...
Damn. You want full body pics too, or what? Jesus.
I mean, I wouldn't say no. But anyways, let's move on here. Let's move on. So the next portion of this podcast is iTunes reviews. As I've said, and as I will continue to say, if you rate the podcast 5 stars on iTunes, you can write whatever you want, and I'll read it. Unless it's too long. So if you write all of the lyrics to a song and it's too long, I won't read that. But anything else, I'll read it. Rate it 5 stars and I'll read it. Like so. Here we go. This first one is from Keon122. How much and prestige is the title of this review. I grinded Black Ops 4 because my main goal was to master prestige. Now in MDub, there's no drive for me to play after I hit level 155. Oh shit, wrong button, sorry. That's what I meant. I could care less about the challenges, to be honest. Worst COD in my opinion. Also, How can I get you guys to play Warzone with me? Do you guys charge? If so, how much? Or what do I have to do to play with you guys? And then he linked his YouTube and his PlayStation Network name, both of which, so take notes, some of you, both of which are the same name, by the way. Hit Yo Block. And that is block as in like the Soviet bloc or the Eastern Bloc in the Soviet Union.
You could just say there's no K on the end of it.
I could also just spell it.
So,
HITYOBLOC. That's his YouTube and his PSN. So thank you for the 5 stars, sir. I couldn't agree with you more about losing all motivation to play this shit game without there being a master prestige system, without the challenges being even marginally good. And so, yes, everything you said I agree with. We do not charge for people to play with us. We don't have that much time right now, honestly. So I've played with some viewers sometimes when I like randomly have time and they're around or they're asking to join the fucking Discord. But by and large, I just don't, because I don't have time. I'm doing this and then I'm working 40 hours a week on top of that. So what you've done, Keon, by rating the podcast 5 stars is exactly what you need to do so that I can play with you and others like you more. Rate it 5 stars, boost those analytics. I'll quit my job and then I'll have more time to play with you guys. But for now, it's not really a possibility. So I apologize, but thank you for the question. And in the future, dude, in the future when I quit my shit job. So next one is Maz Pup. The title of this review is OK Raz. And here's what it says. Razinon. Razinon, could your voice be any more annoying? I think not. When I hear "we are live," it makes me vomit every time. Regardless, the content is pretty good, and you guys do make me laugh. By the way, I went to your OnlyFans, and it is enormous. That is all true. If you want access to my OnlyFans, DM me on Twitter and be female between the ages of 18 and 25, and I can link you up
only
with that.
25? Why so young?
Yeah, probably only 25.
Like let's do 18 to 40.
Let's not.
See what we can get.
Okay, I'm sure I can
maybe
get a
even
lot.
18 to 50. 18 to 50, I don't know anything.
Well,
60 maybe?
Things didn't go so well with your mom, so I kind of threw that age out.
Yeah, okay.
So, shit on dork. But Mass Pup, thank you for the analytics, you stupid bitch. Ooh, let me catch up on chat here. What is this 2 years thing, Viking? Has someone explained this yet?
I don't know. I asked you about it because I thought you knew. And
No,
then you
I have
didn't
no
know.
idea. I've seen it in every single episode, and we ask him, and he just conveniently doesn't reply. So, Vaping Viking, please respond. The fuck does 2 years mean? BBMF. 300 biddies. Let's go. Wow.
No. Fuck that dude. That's the one that said he doesn't like how I say stay humble. So take back the thank you.
Absolutely.
You know,
shit
since
on.
he said that too, I'm never ever gonna change the way that I say that, BBMF. So figure it the fuck out. We're gonna have 400 more episodes, and I'm gonna say that the same way every single time, just because of you. Every time I say it, I'm gonna think of you.
Dude, BB.
So keep that in mind.
Thank you for the bits, but more importantly, thank you for triggering Tanner this hard. I didn't know it was this possible, but apparently it is. You really got him. So fantastic, sir. Appreciate the support. Pritch, 1,500 biddies. Let's fucking go. You love to see it, dude. Holy shit. We're getting fucking into it tonight, huh, boys? Pritch, you sick cunt, dude. 1,500 bits. Thank you so much, man. I very much appreciate the support, brother. And you know, your payment is halfway complete for the nudes I sent to you on Instagram DMs. So that's a joke, by the way, twitch.tv. But thank you, dude. Thank you for the support in all seriousness. Much appreciated. Much
Stay humble.
appreciated. Now there's a brilliant idea. Okay, Viking, I'll keep that in mind. I'm referencing Tanner's stream from 1 week ago. Has to do with your bedroom activities or lack thereof. Oh, got it. I thought you had been saying that for longer. It's only been a week. Yeah, okay.
Damn.
All right. Fair, Viking.
Time
fair.
flies when you're having fun, huh?
Time flies when you're building the hottest up-and-coming podcast in gaming, as it were. So,
Yeah.
all right. Anyway, what's up, Locap? It's not a joke, chat. It is a joke, Pritch. Don't get me banned, you cunt. It's so cringe. That's so weird. I get what he's saying, though. I don't think it's cringe, but I know the feeling he's describing. Where people just do things that make you uncomfortable. Like Zuckerberg saying smoking meats.
Smoking some meat. Smoked meats.
Maybe how you feel when you hear Zuck say that. It's how he feels when you
Stay
humble. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, get shit on BBMF.
Anyways.
Go sub to me on Twitch now.
Okay. Next review here. We're almost done, boys. Sorry. Maserati 370. Grab a snack and hit play. No review done this decade. Corrected it for you. Would be complete. Corrected it for you. Without a grand curtsy towards the drop shot. Okay. Razinon's mysteriously veiled voice floats across your presence like a gorgeous phantom. What is this guy on? While co-host Tanner will provide a seemingly infinite expanse of brilliance when diving into game strategies. Wonderful job. Kudos to you both. Alex. Any thoughts on this review, Tanner?
It's probably the best review we've ever had.
It's the kindest review, for sure.
Yeah, it's up there.
This person was on all of the drugs when it was written, though.
Yeah.
This is some very flowery language.
Yeah.
Grab a snack and hit play. I like that, too. We're here. Maybe grab some smoked meats and then hit play.
Yeah.
For the Dropshot, a Call of Duty podcast. But Alex, I appreciate the kind words, and more importantly, I appreciate the analytics. So thank you, sir. What else do we have here? Okay, this one. This one's by USG. The title of this review is Razinaner. Quote, I have mustache like Tanner. It doesn't grow in the middle due to friction. Don't know what that means. And my name is Casey. Therefore, you may call me Razinaner. So keep that in mind. I'm a humble yet vibrant listener to the greatest Call of Duty podcast of all time. Keep up the good work, ladies. Love always, Razinaner. So I think this guy's name is actually Casey. And I think he also actually can't grow a full mustache like you can't.
I know the struggle, brother. It's tough.
So then he created this, there's a word for it. I don't remember it.
Review. That's the word.
No.
Yeah.
It's when you combine two words to make one. There's a word for it. I forget it. But yeah, Razinaner, USG, Casey. Thank you for the analytics, sir. And I think one more. Okay, one more. This one's from Pete MM79, another boomer, probably. Hola amigos, is the title of this review. He says, hi there. I've been following the Dropshot for over a month now, and I can only thank you guys for these fun and casual talks about COD. I'm learning a lot. I just moved back to Spain after some years in California, so you guys are keeping me in touch with the real Warzone world there. In Española. By the way, do you guys have any experience playing with Euro players? Do they show different skills/strategies? For example, I just find it so weird here that no one uses the mic when playing with random squads. I guess having dozens of different languages here doesn't help. It's probably the main reason. Plus, the tactical vocabulary is non-existent. That's interesting. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Also, any possible and reliable way of connecting to US servers and their speed from Europe. We'll hit these one by one. I can't ever find a game under 75 ms. Plus, the lag in game is a huge factor here. Even having a 600 megabit connection at home. I'm a console player, by the way. Keep up the good work, Pete. Thank you, Pete. Very nice review. a Spaniard. Do you like Rafael Nadal, perchance, Pete? He looks exactly like one of my best friends. He's a pro tennis player. He looks exactly like Michael, Tanner.
He's a good-looking guy. Wait, what? He doesn't look like Michael at all.
He looks exactly like him, but
you're fucking. Wow, that's the dumbest.
Anyways, we don't have much experience playing with European players. So I don't know if they show different skills or strategies. I suspect they don't, though. I don't think regional differences like that exist at the casual level. People talk about like the differences between the pro scene in the States versus Europe for like whatever different games. And I think there's some validity to that. But with respect to like casual like pub games like we all play, no, I doubt that strongly. I think the people not using a mic thing has a lot to do with all the languages in Europe. I think you hit the nail on the head there. And your last question, any possible reliable way of connecting to US servers from Europe? Yes, there are ways, but your ping would be fucking awful. So you wouldn't get the speed that you're looking for. Even if the server is more reliable. But the connection issues you're having are not because of the European Call of Duty servers. It is your connection. It's not. I'm sure the European servers are fine for Call of Duty. It probably has something to do with your internet. My internet has been complete fucking garbage since coronavirus. So that might be happening to you too. Like I have 600 kilobytes of upload speed right now. We pay for 10 megs. So it could just be coronavirus is fucking up your internet. But there's not really much you can do. And 75 milliseconds of ping is not great, but it's not terrible. It's definitely playable. You want in the ballpark of 30, realistically. That's as low as you're about going to get. But 75 isn't terrible. I mean, that's fine to you, don't you think, Tanner?
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah. Anything to add here?
Nobody uses their mic in random squads ever. I've tried to play randoms on Warzone before, and I think probably 10% of the time somebody had a mic. So that's just normal, I think, anywhere.
Interesting. By the way, Corey, I didn't get the joke not because I'm innocent, but because that's dumb. You wouldn't not be able to grow one particular part of your mustache from eating chicks out. The top of your lip should not be involved really at all anyway.
Not at all. Actually,
like, right? Yeah. Like, what are you doing, dude? Okay, so Razinon sus. Any virgins in the chat?
We know that guy's single.
Yeah. So anyways, Pete, thank you for the review, dude. Yeah. Sorry we couldn't be more helpful, but I think I just agree with everything you're saying. And then connecting to US servers, you don't want to though, because your ping's going to be way fucking higher than 75 ms. So if you're getting inconsistencies right now, it's probably your internet because everyone is home under quarantine and all the nodes are overloaded as fuck. So that's my guess. Loophole LD with the Primarino. Let's fucking go. You love to see it. Hell yeah, Loophole. Thank you, sir. Honored, humbled, and privileged, as always. So, what do we have here? Let me catch up on chat, and then we'll get into it. If you made a stay humble button in Tanner's voice, I'd kill myself in-game. That's funny, BB. We'll consider doing that. Do that review with a British accent. I don't know which you were referring to, Bream, but the time has passed. Sorry, brother. Oh, the highfalutin word or review. Yeah. Okay. What else do we have here? I think that's it. It wasn't my joke, bitch. Yeah, but you misunderstood it. So, or you understood it correctly, and then you're both ignorant on this topic. So. Hashtag smoking meats. Raz, what's your take on Doc? What's up, Hidden Chaos? We're going to get into that toward the end of the pod. But it doesn't look great. That's my take on Doc. But once again, we'll see. So without further ado, if you were waiting for the jingle, here it is. All right. So the next section is playlist updates. There were none. So we're going to get straight into the Q&A. And our first question, by the way, if you guys want to ask a question, join the fucking Discord, which is linked in the show notes. It's linked underneath my stream. And it is now linked in the chat as well. There is a section in the Discord called Q&A questions. Ask your question, and I'll answer it. As long as it's not the worst question I've ever heard. I've skipped like almost no questions. So yeah, just go there. We might not answer it in the next Q&A we do, but we will at some point answer it. We just go in sequential order. So we're going to go as long as we can tonight. We're probably not going to hit all the questions, but the next time we do a Q&A, we'll start where we left off. So no question gets unread or left out, unless again it's terrible, but most questions aren't. So the first question is from Dubfire33. What is it about MDub that makes the visibility so bad? Lighting, bland color palette, particles in the air? What is it? Great question. What are your thoughts, Tanner?
He pretty much answered it. It's a combination of all of those things, I think. The lighting, the brights with the sunlight, it's very bright. If there's a lot of maps where you're looking towards the sunlight and you can't see shit. On certain areas, Candor Hideout has a lot of those spots, I know. It's a great map, but it's ruined by the lighting. So the brights like that blind you, and then the shadows are very, very dark. And I mean, you can't see anything if somebody's in like a shaded area. It's bad. The bland color palette, absolutely. If you guys, you get used to game's color very quickly. If you go back and play Black Ops 4, for example, the last game out, you won't be able to, or you'll be so shocked at the amount of color. Like there's actual color in that game. It's weird. There's bright blues, there's reds. It's not just all washed out one bland color. But I think the worst thing of everything is the particles in the air, which we see on Rust, the absolute worst visibility in the game. And it's all because of floating dust. There's just unnecessary floating dust, weird particles, trash, all sorts of dumb shit just floating in the air. I don't know why they have to do that, frankly. Doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make the game seem any more realistic. It just makes me harder to see the enemy. So I can't really think of anything else. Those are the main things, really.
Yeah, I think you actually made a very good point. Because when this game first came out, I instantly recognized I can't see shit. But what I didn't recognize was why. I think since then, I've kind of figured it out. One of the things for sure is the lack of vibrancy in the colors. Like green and blue in this game look very similar. They're definitely different, and you could definitely say that's green and that's blue, but they don't stand out from one another. And especially compared to BO4, I mean, the difference there, it's very fucking obvious. But so one thing is the lack of vibrancy, the general kind of grayscale filter that is on this game. It's like 10% grayscale just across the board. They just make everything kind of closer to neutral. And also, this is a great point. There are a lot of points on maps where there's lights or the sun completely blinding you. And then there are also parts that are like totally shaded. And it's the dark parts of this map or this game. Dark portions of maps in this game are very dark. They're very dark, and character models don't have any like lights on them like they did in BO4. So if you're just in a very dark portion of the map, if your name tag doesn't appear, I literally will not see you. I won't see you. I'll see you if I see your name tag. I'll see the name tag. I actually won't see you. And I'll know where you are if there are tracers coming out of that dark area, but I just won't see you. So there are just really dark areas of the map too, where even if you're in it, it's very difficult to see people. So the particles in the air is also awful and obstructive. There are probably more things that I just I just can't think of right now. So I don't know, but those are definitely at least some factors. So Alan Boy 93, let's fucking go. Let's go. Always listen to the pod. First time watching live with the fire fucking subby boy. Alan Boy 93. Welcome. I'm glad you could make it here live, brother. Make sure you join the fucking Discord. And thank you for the sub, dude. I appreciate the support, man. I'm glad you could be here live. It is an honor and a privilege to have you here.
I'm going to grab a drink. You start answering the second question.
Got it. Okay. Next question is from Edge Conquest. He asks, the fuck? What's going on? Scuffed? Scuffed? My Streamlabs thing is scuffed. Okay, it's fine though. What I was really asking, so Edge had asked a question before, which we asked for clarification on. And this is the clarification. What I was asking really was, do you think that the reason that iDub is having a hard time catering to older players is that they are too focused on the younger, new players? Sorry about the confusion. Okay. No worries, Edge. I appreciate the clarification, and I will answer again. No, I don't think Infinity Ward is actually trying to cater to younger, new players at all, really. They're obviously trying to cater to new I mean, yes, kind of. It depends. So, skill-based matchmaking definitely caters to younger, new players. Because if you're new to Call of Duty, they think skill-based matchmaking caters to new players. If you're new to Call of Duty, you don't want to get fucking destroyed by people who've been playing it for 12 years. So Infinity Ward, more like Activision, thought we're going to do skill-based matchmaking so that we can bring new people in and not scare them off from multiplayer. And that is a detriment to everyone. And it's especially detrimental to the older players or the longtime fans of the franchise. So, in that way, yes, the older players got totally shafted and the newer players didn't really receive a benefit, but that was the reasoning for it. But almost everything else besides skill-based matchmaking that is in this game was not designed to cater to new young players. They're just shit design choices. I mean, maybe the map design too, not being 3 lanes and allowing for more safe spaces, definitely ostensibly caters to a new player. It probably actually does. So that is another reason that they're having difficulty keeping their old player base happy, for sure. But most other things like visibility, sprint out time, you could make an argument that these are all for the benefit of a new player at the expense of an old player. But I'm not sure I would see it precisely that way. So it's a good question though, but you've cleared it up quite a bit. Tanner, you have what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's kind of a tough question to answer. I don't think they're trying too hard to cater to the newer players necessarily. Oh man, this is hard to answer. Because I mean, they are doing dumb shit, and they have admitted to trying to make the game easier for newer players.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really say they're catering, or they're trying to cater too much to them, or they're too focused on them. But they have been doing a lot of dumb things like that. I wouldn't necessarily say it's for newer, younger players. It's just, I think, for worse players is what they're trying to cater towards.
Yeah, I think that's a better framing.
Low KD players is what they're going for.
Casuals.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, like, we know a lot of people who have casually played Call of Duty for years. They're not good. They were never good. They never cared to be good. So in that sense, those are not new players at all. But they're in fact older players. But all of the design choices, or a lot of them, are built to cater to them. Now, it doesn't do it effectively, which I've said ad nauseum, but that is the thought process by Infinity Ward. So let's move on here. Good question, Edge. Thank you for clarifying, brother. BBMF, 300 more biddies. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah, dude. You love to see it. BB, thank you so much. Again, dude, much appreciated. Stay humble in my non-cringe voice. Appreciate the support, brother.
Stay humble.
Next question from PBear90. Grow. I add a Commando foregrip, used all 5 attachments, and I want to change one for example, the Sniper Elite rear grip. When I go to swap it, it shows the stats with red on, like it's worse. Okay. But when I look at the stats for adding back the Commando foregrip, it shows red again. Shouldn't that be green since it's better, like it showed it red without? Okay. Inartfully worded, but I understand what you're asking. Tanner, do you get what this man is saying?
I do understand what he's talking about, and it's been that way since the game launched, and I stopped caring about that 1 week into the game, and they still haven't fixed anything. There's a lot of weird things like that. Like, when you select an attachment, it shows like it going down or something, but then like you back up to the menu and then you go back and select it and it shows your stats going up. I don't know. The whole gunsmith and that aspect is screwed up and isn't accurate at all. And that's why a lot of people want the like an actual number system telling us, from 1 to 100, what does this do? Is it a 70? Is it 72, etc.? So it's never made any sense, I don't think.
Agreed. Yeah. So P-Bear, ignore the stats for everything except fire rate and damage. Those are roughly accurate. Everything else, ignore it. Pretty much. They should be numerical values, but also that's difficult to do because what is the numerical value of a Commando foregrip versus a Merc foregrip with recoil? They're different. They do different things, but they both help recoil, but not in the same way. So trying to graph things that are not graphable is dumb. They should just describe what it does. They should tell you, they should still say this is going to increase your hip fire accuracy, it's going to increase your recoil control, and it's going to decrease your ADS speed. They can still say all of those things without trying to graph them, because it needlessly confuses players such as yourself and most people, because they're actually trying to be analytical and use the graph to maximize their pluses and minuses, min-max, and it can't be done based on those graphs because those graphs are at best rough approximations. So I don't know why it does that, what you described. Ignore it though. Read the description of what the thing does and then look at the pros and cons list, which are correct, are accurate, and then base your decisions off of that. That is how you have to approach this game. Because the graphs, they're not only poorly implemented, but they were a poor idea in and of themselves. So keep that in mind. Alan Boy, 200 more biddies in the Discord. Let's fucking go. Indeed, dude. Let's fucking go. Brother, you love to see it. Make sure, Alan Boy, you link your Twitch account to your Discord, so then you'll get sub status in the Discord. Thank you for joining, dude. And thank you for the support, man. Much appreciated for the 200 biddies and that fire fucking sub. Hell yeah. All right, next one is from Brutimus. He says, y'all skipped my question in the last Q&A. I was supposed to be the first question read as you started not having time for it in your last Q&A. Sorry, here you go. No biggie, just wanted to call you out. Anyways, here it is again. What's your guys' ideal drop spot in Warzone? Do you go for action right off the top or quiet, loot, load out as fast as possible? Tanner, I'm going to go piss out of my huge white cock. You can answer this in my absence. Go ahead.
Okay, Brute. It kind of depends who we're playing with, how we're feeling. Our ideal drop spot is usually farmland or lumber, somewhere in that area. Although I feel like we kind of have been straying away from that lately. We don't usually land in like the real populated areas. We try to just get money quickly. We land on a contract. That's what we always do to start with. We land on a scavenger typically, or a bounty. If it's an area with more people, we'll land on the bounty. Usually wait like 30 seconds or so. You don't grab it right away typically unless there's 4 teams right on your ass. Usually wait maybe 30 seconds if there's one other team around. Get a little bit of gear, grab the bounty, and then go after them. But yeah, farmland and lumber. If we're hot dropping somewhere, like military is always good. The superstore occasionally. There are places we always stray away from, like TV station. We never go close to TV station. We never go close to downtown unless we have to, if there's circles ending there. But yeah, usually our plan is land, get a contract, get money, get our gear, and then start pushing people. So once we have that loadout, we usually look for the closest bounty on the map. If it's in an area where we think there might be people, we go towards that bounty, we pick it up, we go after them, kill them, continue, keep going from there. Because what we've learned from Warzone at this point, from playing it so much, is you always have to be going for contracts. You can't just be running around killing people. You won't get enough money that way. You have to do both. You have to kill people and get the contracts.
Yes. So yeah, Brew, good question. Like Tanner said, basically what we do, we like places where there are some buildings, but not too many. So there are buildings that can be looted, but they're not 9 stories tall. Those are the best drop spots. What is one of those? Farmland and lumber. What isn't one of those? Downtown. So like downtown's very lootable, but it's also all buildings, and you can shoot out of 90 windows per building. So you can just get camped and like fucking surprised and ambushed from up top all the time. So that's why we stay away from downtown. We stay away from TV station. We stay away from quarry, because there's too many spots where people can camp, despite the fact that those are good places to loot. And that's why we like farmland the most, is because there are buildings in farmland. It's lootable, but you're not going to get shot from 80 possible angles everywhere you go, because there aren't too many buildings. And even if there are, they're all 1 story or at the most 2 stories. That's why we love farmland, is because once you get shot from somewhere, like, dude, if I'm running down a street downtown and I start getting shot, I have no idea who I'm getting shot from. Nope. It's impossible to know. It's impossible to know. Is he on the ground? Is he like on a 1st story? Is he on a 9th story? Is he on a 14th story? Is he on a roof? Okay, maybe I figured that out. Now, which one of the 9 buildings directly next to me is he on that level of? Impossible to tell. Impossible to tell. So we avoid things like that. And then, yeah, do you go for action right off the top or quiet loot? Depends how mad we are. If we've been doing really well, we're more inclined to hot drop. But if we're getting frustrated because we keep dying, then we'll go super quiet, do a scav, get the loadout right away, and then continue on from there. So that is that.
By the way, you didn't change the section or title.
I think I did, didn't I?
Oh,
yeah, I did.
It's not showing up on mine. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Thank you though. If Grau gets heavily nerfed, is the M4 the next best? Probably not. Yeah, I disagree with Tanner strongly here. M13.
I didn't say in that order. I just said those are the next 3 best. I didn't mean that order.
Got it.
M4, Ram 7, M13 are probably the best after that.
In that case, agreed. Not in that order, but agreed. Yeah. M13 is probably the second best. Especially if you're on console, I would say. But anyways, next question here. Infinity Lion. Say a game of trios. How about one push a building with a squad on top or camping in the stairway? Or excuse me, how would one push a building with a squad on top or camping in the stairway? What are some great guns to clear out those tight, close quarters encounters? Tanner, are you here?
Yeah.
Okay, call into Grid Fam again?
Yeah, okay.
You refreshed my stream, so you probably refreshed that tab also.
I didn't refresh your stream. That's what's weird.
Mute. And then did you get the question?
Yes.
Okay.
So the best gun to clear out those close quarter situation is almost always the MP5. The thing is, we actually don't like to push other teams when they're on buildings like that. If I'm running a sniper, if somebody in the squad's running a sniper and they're on top, we'll pick at them, but you'll end up getting hit. You'll get your armor ripped off. And usually if you try to push the building, you're not going to have a good time. It's pretty difficult, especially when they can just lob, C4 down the stairs or something. If you can sneak up there, that's a different story. If they're not paying attention, they're shooting the other direction, and maybe you can walk or crouch walk up half the stairs and get a surprise on them. That's a different story. I think it's best if your team all stays in close proximity. You do run the risk of getting blown up by a C4, but it's better than going in one at a time and just getting sprayed down. But we try to stray away from things like that, actually. If we see somebody in a building, a lot of times we'll get past them and wait for the zone to come in, because a lot of times they're sitting on the edge of the zone also. We'll wait for the zone to come in and we'll kill them as they run in.
Yeah. So there were two questions here. How would one push a building with a squad on top, like on the roof of the building? I think you have to, like Tanner said, you can get on another roof and start picking at them. You can snipe them. If you can actually drop on top of the building, risky, but you can do that. But you're not going to go from underneath, because unless you're confident, like you're positive that they don't know you're coming, it's very easy for them to kill you. And I've almost never surprised someone by running up their building. They'll know, they'll see you coming. They're paying attention. So in general, I would avoid that altogether, like actually pushing it from underneath. If they're camping in the stairway, you will not kill them. Don't do it. You'll all die 100% of the time. There's no way to do it. If they're camping in a stairway and they know you're coming up, you will die every time. They have height. They can get cover easily. They're already sitting there not moving, so they don't have to like deal with sprint out time or anything. They'll mollywop C4s at you. They'll put claymores, prox mines, RPGs. You're dead. Do not do it. You can't push someone camping on the stairway. That's the short answer. You can't do it unless they're really bad players. But even then, they're still probably going to kill you. They have such a big advantage when they're doing that. So you just avoid them. Like Tanner said, when we find ourselves in this situation, we'll zone them. So they're usually on the edge of the circle, or they're outside of the zone and they're waiting for the next circle to start moving. So I'll say, okay, bet. I know there's kids in the stairway in that building. We're going to go to the closest building inside the circle to their camp spot. We're going to wait for the gas to push them out, and then we're going to fucking mow them down as they come out, because that's what camping pieces of shit deserve. So don't push them. Literally just walk past them. It can't be done as far as I'm concerned. So BBMF with the gifted sub to Cody Nick. Cody Nick, welcome to this small but vibrant and extremely humble community. BB, thank you again, dude. Lots of support tonight, brother. Much goddamned appreciated, sir. Call me Al. Sup, gents? Let's fucking go. Mr. Salmonella, the Damascus patron. What does this say? Mordicate the simp. And BBMF. Welcome to this small but vibrant and extremely humble community. Call me Al. Thank you so much for the support, dude. Thank you for the 3 gifty boys. Welcome. What's up, indeed? Honored, humbled, and privileged, sir. Thank you for the support, dude. It's a pleasure to have you here. Let's move on to our next question. This is from Gift Cursed the Band One. This actually isn't a question. I don't think I heard my question. Shit, it was probably the one that was so bad it'll never get answered. That's not true. Although it was more of a rhetorical question. I don't remember what you said, Gift, but I don't remember skipping your question. So you either didn't hear us or it wasn't actually a question at all. I don't remember skipping your question. So just wanted to point that out to you, young man. Next one, Face Esquire again. You slappies I've never heard that before. Convince me to join the PC Master Race. Oh wait, wrong button. There we go.
A little dual.
Yeah,
dual horn there.
Dual horny boy. But sus. But I'm debating on whether to use a controller or keyboard and mouse. Y'all have discussed this in passing, but maybe a more in-depth discussion of the pros and cons of both. Also, how did you not work the phrase "you can't spell console without cons" into episode 21? Bigly missed opportunity. Face, that was in fact a bigly missed opportunity. That was fucking funny. I remember reading this when you wrote it, and I was like, damn, dude, he's right. That would have been good. You can't spell cons without, or can't spell console without cons. So, but anyways, the question is, controller or K-BAM on your PC, Tanner?
Okay, you're on PC, so you have you have the field of view and everything already. I mean, obviously, aim assist is the number one thing. If you're used to playing on controller, then just keep playing on that. It's just on controller, you have a skill ceiling, where on keyboard and mouse, it's almost non-existent. There can be somebody who's so incredibly better than you that it's not even close, where on console, the worst console player is closer in skill to the best console player, because it's literally impossible to be that much better than somebody else because of a controller. So I think it's way more fun to play on keyboard and mouse personally. You can flick really quickly. You can just aim. Your movement is totally different. I just think it's more fun. I've never really liked playing on a controller. I mean, I've played PC shooter games for fucking 14 years or something. I don't know. So I've just never been a fan of controller shooter games. I think they have their place. I don't think they belong in FPS titles. Save it for games like Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead, sports games. It's just, once you go keyboard and mouse and you get decent at it, you'll realize you have way more fun.
Yeah, I agree with everything Tanner said. I mean, okay. Let's assume we have the best console player and the best, let's assume we have the best controller user in the world and the best keyboard and mouse user in the world. The keyboard and mouse user will shit on the controller player in multiplayer. The opposite will be true in Warzone. So the bigger a map gets, the more beneficial it is to be on controller because you have aim assist. So if you if you're so far away that you're like 3 pixels on my screen, if I'm on keyboard and mouse, I'm just not going to hit you. And even if I hit you with 1 or 2 bullets, I'm not going to be able to track you if you're moving. If you're on a controller with aim assist, the machine does it for you. So you can laser someone whom you can barely see. Whom you can barely see. A lot more easily. So the question, first of all, is your goal to just do as well as you possibly can? If so, do you play multiplayer more or do you play Warzone more? And then that would be, those would be the considerations. But, as Tanner said, the skill ceiling is absolutely higher on keyboard and mouse, and it is more gratifying and more fun. I mean, in my opinion, I've played on controller, I've played on keyboard and mouse. I find keyboard and mouse a lot more gratifying. You can turn your character a lot more quickly. You can move a lot more effectively. You have a lot more control over your character. The only reason controller is ever better is because of aim assist. So if they gave the same amount of aim assist to keyboard and mouse would be better by every metric. The only reason it's not is because it doesn't get aim assist. So I would say you've been using a controller, dude. What I would tell you, use keyboard and mouse for like a month and then see how you like it. And then you can decide from there. Like, I'd have to know more about your goals and what you want out of the game. But I find a keyboard and mouse a lot more gratifying, a lot more fun.
Yes. I kind of had something else to add that I was thinking as you were saying that is, like on a controller, you know, your hand's just in one spot the whole time. You're moving the sticks, you're pressing buttons. There's just something way more gratifying about sliding your mouse fucking 1 foot across your mouse pad, slamming your fucking space bar, pressing all these buttons and just flicking right on somebody, you know, just raw aim, no aim assist, and just downing. There's something way more gratifying about that than just moving an analog stick on a controller and getting a kill. It's more exciting, trust me. It's way more exciting.
Yeah. And we've both done both. This is the thing that pisses me off about some very opinionated controller players. Some of them who are so ill-informed will say, keyboard and mouse is like easy mode, whatever, like it's free. All you have to do is flick your mouse forehead. And they'll say this unironically.
Yeah, they think it's that easy.
And every single time I see that, I guarantee you they've never played a shooter on a keyboard and mouse. I guarantee it. Because if they had, they would not think it's that easy. Because it's not that easy. It gets easier with practice, but it's not as easy as these people make it sound. And it's certainly not better than aim assist. It's impossible to be better than aim assist, given the right circumstances. So you should ally yourself with the population of people who actually have experience on both, and then you'll be well situated to make the decision for yourself. But don't be one of these controller players who's only ever used a controller and then talk about how easy it is to play on fucking console. That's the difference between people who shit on controller players and controller players who shit on keyboard and mouse. One of those two populations of people has actually done both, and one of them by and large hasn't. You should definitely try, at least for like a month, I would say, keyboard and mouse, see how you like it at the end of it, and then make your decision from there. That's what I would say. So call me Al. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah, dude. 500 biddies. You love to see it. Al, thank you again, dude. Much appreciated. And Jinsu 112 with the Twitch Primey Boy. That is 2 goddamned months. Thank you for being subscribed to the Dropshot, a Call of Duty podcast. Jinsu, Al, thank you both so much for the support, boys. It is very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. What's up, Strong and Nerdy? How's it going, dude? BBMF says, I'm so glad y'all had me switch to PC. Use the mouse, man. It gets so nice. Yeah. That's another thing, too, is like everyone I've talked to who's done both, the one thing that is largely agreed upon is that it's way more satisfying to get like a good feed with a fucking mouse. Just like snap, 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 snap. Oh shit, quad feed? I'm a fucking demon.
Yep. Yeah.
You know? You just don't get the same thing with a console. You don't. And I've done both. So keep that in mind. But Al and Jinsu, thank you both, boys. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Next question is from our very own Corey21. This one's a little off topic, but that ain't a problem.
I love these questions. I actually wish more people would ask questions like off topic like that.
Ask the random questions. Okay.
Yeah, I like the random questions.
So Corey21 asks, what is your go-to fast food place and what do you order? Tanner.
Okay, I'm gonna do 2.
Interesting. Okay, that's Razinon.
In-N-Out or Chipotle are the 2 go-to. In-N-Out, 3x3 no onion fry and a Neapolitan shake.
Okay.
Chipotle burrito with white rice, pinto beans, steak, the corn salsa, sour cream, cheese, lettuce, hot salsa on the side, large chips.
Interesting. Yeah, so these days, I don't know, dude. My go-to fast food place, it depends on what I'm in the mood for, obviously. But if I had to pick one, Chick-fil-A. And you guys are going to be pissed. You're going to be pissed, but here's my order. 12 count chicken nuggets, large fry, and Chick-fil-A sauce. That's it. That's the order. It is
what? That's it?
It is simple. It is simple, but it's elegant in its simplicity, and it's delicious, dude. It's delicious. Their fries are underrated. Their chicken nuggets are fantastic. Very consistently good every single time. And then Chick-fil-A sauce, I mean, what else do I have to tell you?
Oh, yeah. Wait. Hold up. You just said their fries are underrated. Did you mean overrated?
No, underrated.
So why don't you get them?
I do. Large fry.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that. I thought you just said the nuggets. Okay.
No, 12 count chicken nuggets, large fries, and then 8 containers of Chick-fil-A sauce, or however much they're willing to give me.
Yeah, okay.
I'll just drown it all in Chick-fil-A sauce.
I do that same thing, and then sometimes I'll add on a cookies and cream milkshake. I'm a big fan of shakes.
Dude, okay. I do every once in a while have their cookies and cream milkshake, and it is very good.
It's so good.
I will give you that. It is very good. It is very good. Boring ass order. It is boring, but if I'm getting fast food is boring. Spoiler alert. In general, if I want to eat something good, my like middle of the road food order that is like one step above fast food is like Thai. Some pad see ew, some Penang curry. Get those little fucking things of like, I don't know if it's sriracha or it's just dumb hot. And then some chicken fried rice. That's like my next step up. That's not boring. If you think that's boring, then I can't appease you. But that's not fast food caliber. That's one caliber above that. So, but yeah, for fast food, Chick-fil-A, dude. Always bomb. Always bomb.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's move on here. This one is from Kuyan Crazy. Just listen to episode 38, where y'all tabled the 2-year life cycle discussion. But even if the games don't have a 2-year life cycle, while the other game is worked on because they rotate developers, isn't that essentially the same thing? Kuyan, I know what you're asking. Not super well worded. I'll reword it for Tanner since he looks confused.
I have no idea what that question means.
So the question is, there's not two developers, by the way, there are 3. Oh no, yeah, you're right. So they rotate developers. So this isn't a normal video game where there's one development team and the game comes out every 3 years like Halo. Halo's developed by Bungie, that's it. Call of Duty is developed by Raven and Respawn and Treyarch and Infinity Ward. So effectively, each dev team has a 3-year life cycle already. So if we were going to increase every Call of Duty game to a 2-year life cycle, and we were going to keep 3 development teams, then each dev team would have 6 years to work on a Call of Duty. Now, the question Kuyan is asking is, essentially, if they can't figure it the fuck out in 3 years, what makes you think they're going to figure it out in 6 years? Which I think is a perfectly serviceable question. And I'll provide further input. I think you know what I think already. But Tanner, the floor is yours. Do you still not understand the question?
I wasn't listening to most of what you're saying. I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's...
What am I saying?
We would still be playing the
saying.
game. We would still be playing the game for 2 years versus 1 year. We would be actively all playing the game for 2 years versus 1 year.
So you'd rather have fewer games because you want to play for an... So you want to play MDub for another year.
Listen, I'm used to playing games for like 5 years. That's the way it used to be. These shit developers now, you can get away with fucking putting out the worst game on earth and people will still play it. You know, back 10 years ago, you had to put out an amazing polished game because you would put out 4 patches ever in the life cycle of the entire game.
That's fair. That's
so,
true.
Yes, I would rather just have a good game come out and play it for a few years. I don't give a fuck. I played the game SWAT 4 for 5 years. I still sometimes play a mod for Battlefield 2 that was made in 2010 that I've been playing for 10 years.
Okay. So
I'll play the fucking game, just make it good.
Okay.
Simple.
All right, so this is interesting. So the reason that you want it to be a 2-year life cycle per game is not because you think they are poorly. It's not because you think. Hold on. God damn it. What am I? I'm trying to word this. It is not because you think that they are not sufficiently developed whenever they come out, but instead you just want it to be supported for an extra year longer.
No, it's both of those things.
Okay, so that takes me back to my original question.
Just answer the fucking question.
If they can't figure it out in 3 years, why would they be able to figure it out in 6? If they can't release a finished game in 3 years, why would they be able to do it in 6?
Well, because at that point, well, that's what I'm saying. Developers suck now. But if we're playing it, like, look at this game. What I'm saying is this game is not going to be fixed by the time Call of Duty 2020 comes out. So
that's absolutely true.
If it was 2 years, maybe at the 1 year mark, it would be an absolutely perfect game. And then for one solid year, we would have an amazing game with nothing but content. Okay.
I get what you're saying. Okay, look. To be fair, MW 2019 is a bad example because this game is beyond saving. I think we agree on that. That is an interesting point you raised, though, that like if this game was really well supported for 2 years, instead of them abandoning it in 6 months so that they can promote the next game, it might be a better experience for everyone overall. That is an interesting point I hadn't considered. So I would actually have to think about that more, honestly. I think if they were 2-year life cycles, they would still come out and not be, it would still be buggy as shit. Because if they haven't fixed pre-beta, if they haven't fixed pre-open beta bugs for this game in 7 months, then they're beyond saving. I mean, it's just, it's not going to happen, no matter how long they get to develop the game. But it is interesting to think if the experience would be better if it was fully supported for 2 years instead of only fully supported for 1. Go ahead, Tanner, sorry.
I was just going to say, did you see the comment I left on your YouTube video yesterday from the MW beta?
Yeah, I sure did. It made me rewatch the video.
Can't wait for them to fix these bugs.
That's super exciting.
Yeah.
Super excited. So
before we move on, can you read Viking's Jack in the Box order so the stream can hear? Because that's the most scuffed, sus order I've ever heard.
Okay, so keep in mind, this guy is worth who knows how much money. A lot more than everyone listening. And here's his go-to fast food order, Jack in the Box. Chicken teriyaki bowl, 3 egg rolls, jalapeno poppers, sourdough jack, and an extra large Dr. Pepper. Wow. I often wonder why I'm not 480 pounds. You must work out or something. Because you should be. I don't know how often you eat Jack in the Box, by the way. But Jack in the Box...
That's such a funny order.
It's shit caliber fast food. Even by fast food standards, it's shit caliber.
It's fucking down there.
The only thing that is good at Jack in the Box is their curly fries, which do slap. Their curly fries are excellent. But everything else is awful. So I'm furious having read that. And I wish you hadn't told me that the comments existed. So keep that in mind,
night.
Vaping Viking. Next question here. Steel Switch. Hypothetical. You are now the king at iDub for the day. You're given the opportunity to use your power to make a change to the game. As king for the day, what is the change you will make to the game and why? I asked for clarification. I said king of iDub or Activision? And he said either one, you decide. And I said, we're going to do both. So we'll start with Infinity Ward. Tanner, you're the king of Infinity Ward for 1 day. What do you do? What do you change?
Red dots on mini-maps. On mini-map.
Ooh, spicy. He was Insta too. Insta. Interesting. All right, so take it over to me. I'm king of Infinity Ward for 1 day. What do I do? Yeah, I do the same thing. I remove the compass and I make the mini-map go back to normal.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's impactful that I could actually do in 1 day. Because they could do that in an hour.
Yeah, exactly. Because if that's a real question, my first thought was visibility, but I'm like,
Yeah, exactly.
if you were there for one, that's not going to happen in a day. So realistically, one day a change you can make, because they could add it back in like that. I'm snapping my fingers. I don't know if you guys could hear it. Like that are the red dots.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what about if you're king of Activision?
Skill-based matchmaking. Remove it.
Yep.
There's no other answer to that one, honestly.
There is no other answer. Yeah. So this is actually a very simple question. The Infinity Ward one is a little more difficult, but I think the minimap's probably the best answer. But if I'm the king of Activision, skill-based matchmaking is gone, and it's never coming back. And then everyone's experience gets better.
I'm also giving my personal cell phone number to every employee.
Yeah, okay, Bobby. Okay, Bobby, coat chick, you fucking cunt. So yeah, good question though, Steel. Good question, but
That was a great question.
it's a great question, but it's fairly easy to answer from our perspective. I think those two changes alone would make this game a lot fucking better. Dude, actually, if I'm king of Infinity Ward, I might make sprint out time way faster instead of the traditional minimap. I'm not sure, but that is, they're neck and neck, dude. They're neck and neck.
You have a big problem with sprint out time. I mean, it's not great, but I've never heard anybody that has a bigger problem with it than you.
Here's what that's because it's because I played BO4 recently, and I remembered again what it's like to play a Call of Duty game. Because in BO4, I'm sprinting, I turn a corner, kid's dead instantly. Because I have gung-ho, and I can just dick him down, no Epstein. We forget how bad the sprint out time is in this game because it's the only game we play. Go play any other Call of Duty, run around and run and gun and do well, and then try going back to Modern Warfare, and you're gonna be like, dude, I forgot. I got used to the snail's pace bullshit in this game. But as it turns out, having a way faster sprint out time correlates to a much better gaming experience. Didn't you say something similar about the Cranked playlist recently, Tanner?
Yeah, the Cranked playlist is actually the best playlist in the game.
So would you rather have that speed at all times or a minimap?
Yes, yeah. That speed.
Yeah. It's close for me, but I think there's an argument, a good argument for both.
While we're on the topic of that, we should do a Black Ops 4 stream here soon.
Okay.
If anyone wants a Black Ops 4 Saturday night stream, leave us 5 stars. Make that the comment. Say you want to see a Black Ops 4 stream, and we'll do it.
That's not a bad idea. It's not
because we're both probably. Are we better at that game than this game? Maybe. Well, compared to the player base, probably. Well, I don't know actually.
I am.
You
for
are.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Your KD was way higher in that game.
Well, KD doesn't matter because assists counted as kills. Your KD was way higher in that game too.
Yeah, it was.
But it's mostly because the sprint out time, the time to kill, and I've put 10 times as many hours in that game as I have in this game.
Well,
probably
we'll do the math. We'll do the math.
We'll do it. Yeah.
We'll get back to you guys. We'll do the math.
We'll get back to you guys. But Viking says it's not sus at all. When I was in college playing water polo, I could crush 20 double cheeseburgers from McDonald's in one sitting. No. The amount of calories is not sus, Viking. It is the choice of venue. I don't think it's outrageous. I don't think the amount of calories in your Jack in the Box order is like, insurmountable to eat all of that. I think choosing Jack in the Box as your favorite fast food place is sus. It is.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't eat that much, that Jack in the Box
It's
order,
appalling. I couldn't either. You guys have look at my arms. I can't eat anything.
Yeah.
BBMF with a 300 biddies. BO4 stream for sure. I think that's a good idea, dude. I want to do a BO4 stream pretty soon.
It'd be fun. We should have done it like last week or something because this game's super stale right now.
This game's gonna be stale next week and the week after. So
we could do it next weekend. Yeah, we could do it next Friday
maybe
night.
On Friday after the pod.
Yeah.
Possible. We'll consider it. But
if you don't kick me off for our guest host.
But okay. BB, thank you for the bits, dude. Much appreciated, brother. Much appreciated. And Steel Switch again, thank you. Very good question, sir. This next one's kind of interesting. Steel Switch linked a screenshot of in-game chat on his console. He said, "Nice try, team." And then someone asked him 1v1 for cash. And then his question was this: "I just received the above proposition while playing COD, and I was wondering if you were ever approached with the same thing. I mean, really, who would think this is a good idea? Is this a thing in the community?" So is it a thing in the community for kids to ask you to 1v1 them for real life money, Tanner?
If you're a console kitty, then yes, absolutely.
Really?
They all say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do that all the time. I've never been asked to do it for money. Back in Call of Duty 4, that used to happen a lot. Well, no, not Rust, but there used to be, because there were custom maps and stuff in that game, because it was, a good game.
True.
So there's a bunch of custom maps. So there would be like sniper only little playlist, or not playlist, but like a dedicated server with custom sniper maps, where you would 1v1 people. So that happened a lot on that game, but never for cash. I'm not 14.
Yeah. I've never been asked to 1v1 for cash. That is not a thing in the community. I've never seen anyone talk about that almost ever. I think you just found someone who is particularly upset. And his name is 187K, so I wonder if that's like his net worth and he thinks that's a lot for a grown-ass man. It's not bad, for sure, but it's a weird thing to brag about. I don't know.
I think he has that many subscribers on YouTube.
I find that far less likely, but yeah. But no, that's not a thing. Who would think this is a good idea is the real question. I'm not going to 1v1 anyone for cash if it's not on LAN. I'm also not going to do it ever, but especially on the internet. He might DOS you. He's not going to pay you if you win, by the way. Like, it's just so dumb. Insanely dumb. But what is my top 3 for fast food? What's up, Sneaky? Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out, and maybe McDonald's, probably, off the top of my head. I think there are others that I would probably put in front of those. I just can't think of them right now. But I would say, if I had to, that those are my 3. So keep that in mind. I live life on the edge, says Viking. What can I say? Jack in the Box is everywhere. I don't plan on eating fast food and then seek out a place. If I were to do that, I'll go to the hamburger habit. Oh, the habit, dude. Dude, the habit is good, Viking. Fuck. The habit's really good. Thank you. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. If I had more time to think of other fast food places, I would have a different top 3. The habit would probably make it in there. Dude, their sourdough burgers. Oops. Oops.
The habit is fantastic.
The habit's fucking good, dude. The habit's fucking good. So good call there, Viking. Good call there. Dude, they had like these garlic fries, limited time. F's in the chat for limited time. So bomb. So bomb. Hey, does your food item come with garlic? I'll have 3. I'll have 3. I fucking love garlic, dude. Obviously. If you don't like garlic, unsubscribe from this podcast. So, anyways, yeah. The habit's awesome as well as Chick-fil-A.
Del Taco's great too. Yeah, it's up there. I like Del Taco better than Taco Bell for sure.
Taco Bell and Del Taco are both complete fucking garbage. You can't change my mind. Dude, I don't trust Mexican food from fast food places. I don't know why, but it's like I'm happy to accept a shit quality hamburger for some reason, but shit quality like Mexican just makes me uncomfortable.
Don't think of it as Mexican. I don't know why people do it. It's the same thing with Chipotle. People are like, why do you like Chipotle? It's not authentic. I fucking know. I live in Los Angeles County. I know it's not authentic. I'm just eating it because it tastes good. I don't think it's handmade by some little Hispanic grandma in the back. I don't give a fuck. It's good. I don't care if it's authentic. I hate when people say that. You stupid bitch.
Yeah, well, okay, sure. I don't care that it's not. I don't care that Taco Bell isn't authentic. It's just like, I don't know, dude. I've heard stories about Taco Bell. I won't get into it.
Well, they serve dog meat, so yeah.
Okay.
Ground dog. That's what Joey's dad used to tell us in high school. They serve dog meat.
That's so rude, and it's also not surprising. It's just like when I look in like a burger from like some bullshit place, it looks like a burger that I would have had at like Islands, like a nice
Islands
burger.
is fantastic, dude. We should
Islands,
make a food podcast.
Islands, dude. Islands has the best seasoned salt on planet Earth.
They have the best French fries.
Seasoned salt, dude. Their fries are the best.
And they're
the
bottomless.
Best. I'm so glad you agree with me. They're the only fries on planet Earth that are genuinely crispy on the outside and just soft on the inside, dude. They're
That's an
so
air horn for
good.
sure.
They're so good. And their seasoned salt, dude, is second to none. It's second to none. So you combine those two, fuck, dude.
I just like their fries and their ranch.
Yeah, their ranch is good.
Their ranch is great.
Ranch is good everywhere. But
no.
What's up, Cody Goss? Shake Shack's better than In-N-Out. Never been to Shake Shack. No Gus Jr. That's so weird, Cody. I remember you liked Del Taco in high school, dude. Yeah, I never liked Del Taco. Gus Jr. Is that Carl's? Carl's Jr.
What the Gus Jr. Where the fuck do you live, Clap?
Miss me with that, Clap.
Hardee's? Hey, is that Hardee's?
What's up, Cheese Dick? Yeah, I heard about the leaks, brother. We're gonna cover that on Wednesday, though. We're gonna cover that on Wednesday. Imagine the Mexican in Canada. Here, it's all fake. Yeah,
damn true.
I don't know. If it's not in Mexico, it's pretty fake. If you go to San Diego, it's basically authentic, though. Optimus, what's up, dude? Red Robin fries are best. That's not true at all. They're just proper steak fries. You can get Red Robin fries at any steakhouse because they're steak fries.
They're just trash frozen fries. They're garbage. They're always undercooked.
That's interesting, Viking.
We share a lot of the same food opinions, don't we? I've noticed
Surprisingly, yeah. Dude, Island's fries are the best fries on planet Earth. It's that simple. Oops. So keep those things in mind. So, Squatch, we're gonna hit Dr. Disrespect at the end of the pod. So, try fast food in Australia, all horrible. I suspect it.
Yeah.
Is.
Pritch, in case you didn't know, I'm a world traveler, and the United States is the only country in the world that has good fast food, which is why we're all fat as fuck. So keep that in mind.
Yeah. Affluent, by the way. We have more obese people than starving people in America. That is unironically a very big measure of success. We have a problem with too much consumable food. We don't have a problem with people starving. So America's number one, obviously. Let's move on. Next question here. K-Kona's in the chat. Corey says, this might be more of a question for Raz, but I'm sure Tanner has some good, concise insight, college words. What were your stream numbers like when you streamed other games? At what speed have you grown your channel? Do you remember what it was like to be at zero viewers, and how did you handle that? You have some input here, Tanner. What are your thoughts? Because when did you start streaming? 3 months ago?
No. 2 months?
2 months?
Like 2 months. I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to say because luckily because of this podcast and all of you guys, I never went through that period where I had 0 viewers. Like I don't think I've ever streamed and not had at least a couple people typing in chat. I mean, I definitely have way more concurrent now than I did 2 months ago, which is fantastic. But, there are a lot of people that grind it out for months and months and months and have, 0 to 2 viewers. And like that, I feel for them. And that really sucks. And luckily, because of this podcast, I didn't have to go through that. And I hit affiliate really quickly. But,
Twitch.tv/Tanner Dropshot.
Twitch.tv/Tanner Dropshot. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much to say about that. I want to hear your opinion.
Okay. So, Corey, I started streaming. I've talked about this a little bit. It's in like the preamble. It's like our first ever episode uploaded is a kind of a discussion on this. What were my stream numbers like when I streamed other games? So the first time I streamed was in December of 2013. I was a freshman in college, starting my undergrad. It was the first time I was out of my house, and I played a game called Star Wars: The Old Republic, which is like World of Warcraft for Star Wars. It's an MMORPG. You've got 4 toolbars, so you have to keybind 48 keys, and all that. And you guys know me. Guess what I did in that game? I didn't fucking raid. I didn't do PvE. I didn't role play. I didn't go to the cantina. I fucking banged it out. I did PvP. That's the only thing I did. The only thing I did was PvP. So I had started to get pretty good at that and started getting to like the ranked scene in that game. And then after that, I was pretty good. Probably 98th percentile or so. And then I started streaming me doing PvP, like doing ranked over there. And Star Wars was such a small game, and it had so few people streaming it, that pretty much as soon as I started streaming, I had numbers. Especially because I had a webcam right away, and you guys know me. I like to talk, and people generally like that. And I was also good. Kill yourself in game. And I was also really good at the game. So I had those two things going for me. And I was just like kind of a big fish in a small pond over there. And then streaming made me a lot better because people would correct things I was doing wrong. And then I went from being 98th percentile to like 99.8th percentile. Mace can attest to this. And I also had the rat's nest, true. We can maybe look into some screenshots to that effect. So yeah, I never really had 0 viewers, either. In fact, my average viewers in SWTOR are higher than they are now. Like for the podcast, I average probably, I'd say 30, 35-ish. When I streamed SWTOR at my height, my average was probably about 45 to 50, I would guess. But I would get my highest concurrent ever was 120, and that was for like a day, like a whole stream sesh. So my mean average is probably 45, 50, but there were some days where I would stream and the entire stream I would have like 70 viewers. So yeah, I don't know how I would deal with that. But when we started the podcast, we started streaming this podcast, and we were getting what, 5 viewers, Tanner?
Oh yeah.
Like nothing. And then gradually that's grown to now, I think my average is like 31 viewers per stream. Concurrent viewers. So the growth in that respect has been actually pretty fast. But the reason for that is because I get people that are not on Twitch to come to Twitch. Because like episode 33, all about Warzone, that has 2,100 listens on podcast apps. And I talk about twitch.tv/Razinon there. So if someone wasn't watching that live, I probably got 30 viewers live at that time. But I was also able to advertise that content to 2,000 people who would then think, hey, this was a good episode. I'm going to go watch him live next time. And there are probably people here right now that are that person. You would have never found this channel if it weren't for the podcast. And the podcast would not be discovered if it was only on Twitch. You have to put your content elsewhere and then bring them to your Twitch channel. This is why I say, join the fucking Discord, go to the About Me and FAQ. I link to 2 people if you're trying to be a streamer. One of the FAQs is, I'm trying to be a streamer. Do you have any advice for me? Yes. Go find Alpha Gaming and Devin Nash on YouTube and subscribe to them and watch all of their content, because I got all of these ideas from them. You want to bring people to your Twitch from platforms that are far more discoverable than Twitch is. So that's what I would say about that. Matt Dad, 2 more gifty boys. Let's fucking go. You love to see it. Let's fucking go indeed. Honkus 69 and Caleb 2 Huncho, welcome to this small but vibrant and extremely humble community. Matt Dad, a lot of gifty boys, a lot of support today, dude. I appreciate you, Matt Dad. Hell fucking yeah, brother. Very kind of you, sir. Very kind of you. Let me catch up on chat here a little bit. What's up, Laloy? How's it going, dude? Raz cut his teeth with Corruption Sork and Arsenal Merc? No, Sneaky. I cut my teeth with Madness Sork. Technically, I cut my teeth with Hybrid Sork. That was when there were the skill trees. I would do Hybrid. I think it was 0, 16, 32. You only get enough points in Madness to get Death Field, and then you pumped everything else into the Lightning tree so that you'd have Chain Lightning and you'd also have Death Field, and you would just rapaciously destroy everyone. That was my first spec. But then it was Madness, then it was Lightning. Then I later learned how to heal because I wanted to do more 4s. And then I got bored of the game and I started leveling a Merc. And then I went Arsenal for the dank nets. And then I went IO, which is the most difficult and rewarding spec in all of SWTOR history. Because there are 2 different dot spreads by 2 other different mechanisms. So it's very actually complicated. But anyways, that's interesting to almost no one listening to this podcast. So what do we have here? How many game you played? Yeah, Viking, it was not many people played SWTOR. But there are people in chat right now that played SWTOR with me. Macedonicus is one of them. Sneaky as well. SWTOR. Tanner technically played SWTOR.
I played it.
Not much.
I played it for a couple months.
Yeah, Laloy says the first pod had 7 viewers. Yeah, so we've doing it. Viking listened on a podcast app and came here. Same with Squatch. Same with Tyre S11. Same with Riel. Same with BBMF. Same with Corey21. So if you're listening right now and you're like trying to be a streamer, look at that. I have 30 viewers. I just listed 7 names that would not be here if it weren't for the podcast. Which is to say, they wouldn't be here if they hadn't discovered me on a website other than Twitch. So if you think you just stream on Twitch forever and you're going to get discovered, it doesn't work that way. Twitch is terrible for discovery. You have to get discovered elsewhere and then bring people to your Twitch. And the evidence is, the proof is in the pudding, as it were. So, you're good, Sneaky. I'm just fucking with you. And same with Pritch. There we go. And Matt Dad. There you go. What do we have here? Tanner guarded doors and voice.
I don't even know what that means because I played the game so little.
Shit on, dude. Yeah. Well,
I don't even want to know. Fuck you, locap.
You don't. All right, let's move on here. But yeah, thank you for the insight, boys. That was a great question, by the way, Corey. Nicomas, what are your thoughts on downed to death time being lowered in Warzone? Tanner.
I hated it at first.
So, like, how long it takes for you to bleed out? Do you think that's a good amount of time?
I think it's fine. I've gotten used to it. For some reason, I wanted it a lot quicker at the start, but when I think about it, it's like, if I'm on the ground, why would I want to be able to down somebody or be downed in like 2 or 3 bullets? You know, I think it's pretty solid where it's at. I don't know. I don't have much to say about it. It's okay. Like the rest of this game, it's okay.
Exactly. Here's my thoughts. I think the timer. So let's say I down you and then I don't touch you again. The amount of time it takes for you to bleed out right now is perfectly fine. However, if you're downed, you shouldn't take much more damage. It takes too many bullets to kill someone who is downed. That's my only problem. It's not with the timer, it's with the health pool. Because you get downed. Like, dude, I've been sniping, I down a guy, and then I shoot him in the chest with a sniper while he's down and he's not dead. Okay, this is dumb. Yeah. He should be dead now.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, that's my problem. But the timer in and of itself, I think is kind of fine. So, what do you say to one more question and then we can get some games in, Tanner? What do you think? We can go longer if you want.
Well, yeah, let's... X Factor may be ready. I don't think our other squad mate is yet.
Okay. Yeah, we'll keep going, dude. I'm chilling. All right. So next question is from James YY876. James says, can you give me really good loadouts? I've tried to get it well made, but struggling. Also, this question for both of you guys. What and when did you decide to make the Dropshot? And where did you both meet and start playing together? Tanner.
Okay, James. It's kind of hard to give you a loadout because I don't know what you're playing multiplayer Warzone. It's probably a better thing for you to post in just like the general chat in the Discord, and we can get more out of you. But if you're playing Warzone like most people, overkill setup with the Grau and the MP5 is what everybody runs right now. Everyone uses the same attachments on both those guns. For multiplayer, something like the MP7 is good to mess around with. I don't know how much you've played this game, but MP7, MP5, M4, there's a lot of really fun guns to use in multiplayer that aren't viable in Warzone at all that you can mess around with. If you have a high KD, prepared to get destroyed.
Yeah.
My most fun setup lately has been MP7, which I think I do tactical suppressor, the longest barrel.
Recon.
I use a red dot, 60 round mags, and stipple grip tape. So that's a really fun loadout. You should try that. MP7 it's not the best SMG or the best gun by any means, but I think I have the most fun with it for sure.
Yeah, James, so like Tanner said, it depends on if you're talking about multiplayer or Warzone. And then I would need further investigation if you said multiplayer. So if you're talking about Warzone, we have an episode that talks about Warzone, and we cover extensively in meticulous detail Warzone loadouts. So I would tell you to go listen to, I think it's episode 33. It's titled All About Warzone. Listen to that episode. We go over exactly what loadouts with attachments and perks and all the rest. And we give you some options. So I would say go listen to that. For multiplayer, the best guns in the game are the Grau, the MP5, and that's it. So if you want to do really well, use those two things. If you want to have fun, then you can use really whatever you want. But those are definitely the two best guns in the game right now. And then your second point or question was, when did you decide to make the Dropshot, and where did you both meet and start playing together? So we decided to make the Dropshot. I have wanted to do a podcast for a very long time because I enjoy hearing myself talk. You all know that, obviously. Okay. But I thought it would be fun, and I thought I would be pretty good at it. So I've wanted to make a podcast in general for like 10 years. And then more recently, I thought a Call of Duty podcast would be cool because there are almost no Call of Duty podcasts. And the only Call of Duty podcast that I know of that is regularly attended to is all about CDL, which Tanner and I don't give a fuck about. So we were thinking there's a niche we could fill here for a Call of Duty podcast that isn't about CDL, but it's just about the game in general. Kind of fucking around, bullshitting, going over things like we go over here. So I came to Tanner with the idea, whatever, 2 weeks before we started. And he said he would be in, and he couldn't be happier to have made that decision. And me neither. I'm genuinely surprised at how much success we've gotten. I'm not terribly surprised that it was going to be well received, because like I said, this is a niche that no one is in right now. And podcasts are so popular and no one's doing them. So to have a podcasts are so popular, but no one's doing one on Call of Duty. So I was like, dude, there's this huge void here that we could just fucking dive in. So I'm not surprised that it has been well received. I'm more surprised at how quickly it's grown. That's the only thing that surprises me, honestly. Like, it's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I remember it was in our Instagram chat. I remember you sending like this long message, and you were like, dude, what if we did a podcast about Call of Duty? And I was like, You're like, we both know a lot about the game. You know, we played a ton of BO4. We've been playing this game a lot and paying attention to everything. You were already making YouTube videos and stuff, so you were already in all of it. You were already streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, worked out great. And by the way, like Leloy said in chat, Tanner got a face cam due to the Dropshot. It's true. How many episodes did I not have a cam for? Like 5 maybe?
Cam, by the way. Not many.
It's trash. Hey, everyone watching, listening, I'm trying to get a new one. All the Logitech ones are sold out everywhere for some reason.
It's not his fault. To be fair, it's not.
I've been trying to order one for like 3 weeks, kind of like the XLR shit, which I've just given up on. Actually, I ordered the new Elgato mic to try out. If it's well, it's back ordered on Amazon, so it could be a month before I get it. I don't know, but I placed the back order on Amazon. But you know, if it's not that much better than this, whatever. It's $130. I can still do XLR later if I want. But let's try this out for now. $130.
No, your mic right now. The one you're using right now. How much did that run you?
It was on the Dropshot company card.
It sure was. Anyways, so no, that's good. Yeah, I'm glad you got it. But yeah, for sure. I mean, it worked so well, and it's been growing so much, and we appreciate it. By the way, this is fucking crazy. Like, it's awesome. I've never actually been like felt like I was actually working towards something in my life. Until now, I've always been trying to like stream and do this kind of thing, but nothing was working really well. And it feels like this is actually like working.
Yeah. Yeah, it works out perfect for Raz too, because he talks a lot already. So
yeah, you got to play to your strengths in this wild world.
Exactly. 200 IQ.
Two big brain plays. Where did we both meet and start playing together? Do you know when we first met? It must have been. I mean, it must have been 15 years ago.
No, it wasn't that long ago.
How old am I? 28, 13? Dude, I wouldn't be surprised.
We graduated middle school in 2006, so it wasn't before that. It would have been like 2009, maybe. I don't know. Between 2008 and 2011, I would say. Like, I had known about you and Michael through Gabe, but like we didn't like hang out ever, or we didn't meet for a long time either.
We met before Mount Sac though, because I remember you were in our class, but I had known you. I had met you prior to that. So I live in a place. I don't know why I said that. My neighbor is my age. He's in the same grade as me. And he moved in across the street when I was 9 years old. His name's Michael. And he's been my best friend for 20 years now. However, he went to some bullshit Christian school, private school, yuppie. And I was, I was a public school heathen, atheist piece of shit on the taxpayer's dime. So I went to a different high school than my best friend, and the guy who I hung out with all the time. So he had a bunch of, let's not say a bunch. He had friends. He had friends from high school. He
had some.
He had some. He's a great dude. He's just introverted like I am. He had some friends from high school. Introverted. I'm absolutely. I'm gonna table that. So he had friends from high school that I would have never known because I didn't go to the same high school as him. So he had a friend named Gabriel, among others, and Gabriel was friends with Tanner and Ben. Ben we play with sometimes too. And then so through my neighbor friend Michael, I met Gabe. Gabe and I got very close. We're still very close to this day. And then through Gabe and Michael, I met Tanner. I don't know when. Probably 10 years ago, whatever. And then once we started talking, I learned he was a fucking virgin nerd like me who played computer games. So then, you know, we would play games every once in a while. And then in BO4, I got Tanner to start playing that game. And then we just started playing Call of Duty together every day. So that's how we met.
That was Gabe actually kind of did that again in BO4. We hadn't talked for a while, and then I remember Gabe telling me, he's like, Casey and Michael play Black Ops 4 on PC. And I was like, no, wait, no, they don't. He's like, yeah, I'm serious. I'm like, nobody plays Black Ops 4 on PC. And he's like, yeah, they play it. Okay, well.
Oh yeah,
there was people playing it.
We had to persuade you to get it. I remember that.
I didn't even believe it. I was like, there's no way people play Black Ops 4 on PC.
Yeah.
But sure enough, there was some players.
I still
not
remember
a large amount.
I remember the first game you ever played of BO4. We were playing Domination on, what is the fucking map, dude? Pretty big. B is like, fuck, what is it called? It's snowing on the outside. If you run to the side of the map, you can jump off the map.
Yeah, I don't know. I know what you're talking about, though.
It's decent. It's not great.
Yeah, it's decent.
Is it Arson? It's not Arsenal, right? No, it's not Arsenal.
No.
Anyway, doesn't matter. But I remember that was our first game we ever played.
Payload.
Payload, thank you. Yeah, Payload. That was the first match we ever played.
That's weird. I don't remember that.
Yeah. So, anyways, let's move on. Let me catch up on chat here real quick. Yikes, Mount Sac. Yeah, we went to Mount Sac together. Dude, I spent fucking 4 years in community college. Can you imagine
does Slush live around here?
Evidently he does. I don't know. Mount Sac's also the biggest college in the United States. So, Southern California, by the way. So it wouldn't be surprising if he knew about it, even if he wasn't around here. And California is the most populous state in the country. So again, wouldn't be surprising if someone on the internet lived there.
Wrong.
Podcast is the ish. Hell yeah, Zop. What's up, dude? What up, brother? Hype, hype, hype. You love to see it. What do we have here? I feel old now, probably with you, Dub. Cody Goss, New York, New York. Let's fucking go, Cody, dude. Thank you, brother, for the 500 biddies. Cody and I also go way back, farther back than Tanner and I go, as a matter of fact. I don't think Cody went to Sierra Vista. Wait, he did go to Sierra Vista. He didn't go to Barranca. Wait, no, he didn't go to Barranca. He went to Mesa, and then I met him in Sierra Vista, I think. I don't know, figure it out. Anyway, Cody, thank you, dude. Much appreciated. Brother, I hope all's well to you, for you, rather. I have a hypnotic voice. Well, that's not true. Maybe the content of my speech is hypnotic, but my voice is disgusting. I have a deviated septum, which I got a surgery to fix, but because so they fixed the septum, but because the bone, the rhino, I don't know what the bone is called, but rhino something, because this bone is crooked, the cartilage just readjusted to my shit nose, and now I have a deviated septum again. So I underwent surgery for virtually no reason. So, Barranca Bronco for life. Fuck Mesa. Oh shit, you did go to Barranca, Cody? I don't know, dude. That was literally 20 years ago, so don't BM me about it. I could have sworn you went to Mesa, though. I think I might be thinking of Michael O'Hearn, chiropractor. Next question. Unpure Pepsi asks, what are the best attachments to use on the Kimbo M19s? This one's for you, Raz. Good question. I'll hit this quick. I think these are really good secondaries. If you're going to use anything akimbo, I think M19 is the best because they have the fastest fire rate. So akimbo M19s, lightweight trigger, 32 round mag, 5 milliwatt laser, tactical suppressor, and no, hold on. Akimbo, 5 milliwatt, lightweight trigger, 32 round mags. And then, tactical suppressor. Or no, monolithic suppressor. Because ADS time doesn't matter. So you'd rather have a couple extra meters of damage range. Because monolithic is a negative to ADS speed, but you can't ADS with akimbo, so do it. Those are the 5 attachments. Salmonella, the tier 3 patron, asks, Console Peasant here, would upgrading to a 120 hertz QLED TV actually do anything for me? Or am I stuck with the piss poor quality the console is allowing? Currently on a 60 hertz TV. I know the answer, but I'm going to ask Tanner anyways, see if he figures it out.
No. It wouldn't make a difference. There's no point in doing it.
It would make a difference. If you have 120 hertz, then and 60 frames, it's still better to have 120 hertz because when you get the next frame, your monitor can refresh onto that frame every time because your hertz and your FPS aren't going to be synced up right away. This is actually kind of hard to describe and I can't do it off the cuff. First of all, I would say if you Google, do I need high hertz if I have low frames? You will find a video or an article explaining this in detail. Higher hertz is always better, independent of frame rate, and higher frames is always better, independent of refresh rate. And higher both is always better. It doesn't matter if your hertz are higher than your frames or vice versa. It's always better to have a higher one because you're getting information updates more often, which means whatever you see on your screen is more closely resembles what the game state is. So I would look it up though, because that can be explained better. I will say though, is it worth it? Probably not. You'll notice a difference. It won't be much though. It's not going to be that much of a difference since you're locked at 60 FPS. But if you're going to get the next generation console, then definitely switch to the 120 hertz because you'll see some difference now. And then when you get the new PC, you'll already be set up with the correct monitor for it. So that is what I would say on that topic. Dirty, 1,000 biddies. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah, Dirty. You love to see it. Thank you, dude. Honored, humbled, and of course, privileged. He says, have some bits, you mad cunts. Hell yeah, dude, Dirty. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate the support. Very kind of you. Now,
we're ready, by the way.
Okay, so what we're going to do, if I didn't get to your question, fret not. We will get to it next time. I will pick up where I left off last. So the next question is from Gift. And we will start there for the next Q&A. So if you have a question that you want answered on the Dropshot of Call of Duty podcast when we do the next Q&A, which will probably be 2 weeks from today, then join the fucking Discord and then find the Q&A questions section and submit your question. Now, Tanner, real quick before we finish up here, we should talk about Dr. Disrespect.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Sure did. So, stream, I want to first... Why is this not working? Hold on. There we go. I don't know why that's not working. That's so weird. Let me write that down. 1 second, boys. Fix.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay. Have you seen this video though? You're shit,
Yeah.
Tanner.
Yeah. Play it.
Okay. So first we want to show you. Dr. Disrespect banned. What the fuck? You see this clip. So Dr. Disrespect has been banned from Twitch permanently. And there's a lot of speculation as to why that is the case. No one knows what he has been banned for. But there is a very interesting thing to see in light of this ban. This was the last 30 seconds of Dr. Disrespect's last stream on Twitch before he got banned. Let's take a look.
Okay, who's it?
I appreciate everyone watching
Who's
today.
it in the backyard? Who is going to be looking?
We'll get
really, like I said, we don't really know some of the.
Yeah,
we'll
we
get
don't
through
know
this Champions
the
Clip.
map very
That's,
well.
yeah, I know it's a tough. That's
because I don't know this one well.
life's weird right now.
Yeah, look. Oh,
We'll
I did.
we'll get through this, okay? And
Hey, Christopher.
Dun dun dun! You better not taunt me. How dare you.
fuck.
You get to try it.
And then the stream ends. And that is the last...
I appreciate everyone watching
Who is
today.
it in the backyard? Who is going to be
Oh,
looking?
sorry. That is the last thing that he streamed before he got permanently banned. So, Tanner, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
So you saw that video.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on everything in light of... Before you answer. We also recently got a tweet from Dr. Disrespect, and he claims he does not know why he was permanently banned. So, Tanner, your thoughts in general on this?
Dude, you know, today from Instagram, I have I could have 30 different theories on this. I have no idea. The whole situation is weird. Something else I noticed watching it that time through is that he does like this weird thing where he kind of like ducks his head once and looks to the left. And then he did like right when he ends the stream, he like looks to his right. And I saw people thinking that like the cops were showing up at his wherever he streams for like some shit. I mean, who knows, dude? Who knows? The guy could be a scumbag. He probably is. But I don't know. There's been a million things. It's weird watching it through. Another thing I keep saying is he's starting his own streaming platform and, you know, he's trying to just draw attention to himself. I don't know, dude. The whole thing is so damn weird, and I just want to know so badly what's happening exactly.
Okay, yeah. Sure, okay. So, first of all, when I saw that, it looked very contrived to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like not authentic at all.
Yeah.
You know, like it just happens to be the case that your last stream before you get permanently banned, you end by saying, fuck. And then you turn your stream off. And that's just a coincidence. Like, that's fucking weird. And it struck me as very contrived. And like, would you actually be announcing, if you were worried about getting banned or canceled, would you really be sharing that with your stream? Like
True,
publicly?
yeah.
Of course not. So it does strike me as very contrived. And it makes me wonder if this is all, if he knew he was going to get banned, so then he pretended to be upset about it to get all of this media attention, which he's done successfully, by the way, for whatever his next venture is, which might be his new streaming platform, which is some theories are circulating about that. That would make sense because this has gotten so much attention that it would be a smart thing for him to do that contrivance to get more media attention on him if he were to launch his own streaming platform. That's one thing. What else was I going to say? Him not knowing why he got banned on Twitch is a fucking lie. There is a 0% chance that is the case. And then Lowcap says it's not that he doesn't know, but that Twitch hasn't given him a reason. That is not how getting banned on Twitch works.
Look at what he says underneath that.
Let's go to his Twitter.
No, what Lowcap said, the next comment.
Which is some legal roundabout thing, I assume. Okay, that's fine. If it's legal roundabout, that's fine. But that is a lie. Twitch, unless this is one of the very few times where Twitch bans you and doesn't give you a reason, but that is not how Twitch typically handles bans. And if they're going to ban one of their top earners on the entire platform, they will give him a reason. So for him saying that he has not received a reason, he just got banned and there's no reason given, that is very unbelievable to me. That is not credible. It is incredible in the sense of I don't believe it. It is not credible. It is credible. Very weird though. I don't really have any theories. Like you said, Tanner, it could be one of like fucking a million things.
Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me, you know? Like, did he... I'm not going to allege anything. But yeah, he could have done a lot of shit that would have gotten him banned. And almost none of it would particularly surprise me. How likely do you think it is that he is trying to make his own streaming platform?
10% chance.
Yeah.
I think he's too smart to make his own streaming platform. Like just because you have money and you're a big streamer, I don't think that means you can just go off and successfully make your own streaming platform.
Or that it's even worth the risk. I agree with you 1,000%. And I think exactly. 10% is like exactly where I would put it. I wouldn't be amazed. Like it's not like it's a 1% chance. I could see it happening, but I think it's very unlikely. I think 10% is like right where I would put it too. So
yeah.
So yeah. Are you live, Tanner?
I will be in a second.
All right, go live. The last thing I wanted to talk about, I'm just going to cover this very briefly. There's some dude that is suing Twitch for $25 million in damages because he is a sex addict. So let me, class, if I could draw your attention to the screen. Sex addict man sues video game platform Twitch for 25 mil after suffering masturbation injury. So the suit claims that this man, Eric Estavillo of San Francisco, is following 786 streamers, 786 of whom are females, 0 of whom are males, and that the list of women keeps growing because he has little control over his addiction. Further, these are even funnier details we have here. Twitch has extremely exacerbated this man's condition, according to his lawyers, by displaying many sexually suggestive women streamers through Twitch's twisted programming and netcode, making it nearly impossible for the plaintiff to use Twitch without being exposed to such sexually suggestive content. And then a couple other little tidbits that are deeply amusing to me. His complaint details how Estavillo came to hurt himself when he resorted to a Fleshlight branded sex toy to masturbate while gazing at the females on Twitch. Estavillo ended up, quote, chafing his penis every day with the device, end quote, the complaint reads. The complaint adds that he'd suffered redness and mild infections since he didn't clean his Fleshlight, probably, since the Fleshlight is, quote, electrical and also vibrates, and applied an antibiotic ointment to avoid necrosis. That is not how an infection works. Unless it's super late stage, seek help. He also complained of bloodshot eyes from staying up for hours, staring at the female gamers, and claims he once ejaculated on his PC's monitor, causing it to short circuit and spark a fire that left his apartment in a blackout.
Holy fuck.
Now, that didn't happen. There's
Absolutely not.
There's no way you jerk off so hard that you make your monitor short circuit.
That's so funny.
There's no way. There's no electrical wiring that is forward facing on a monitor.
No, he'd have to have a hole in his monitor.
And yeah, dude, this is so fake news. So
You are fake news.
Welcome to California, by the way, the most litigious place in the entire world, where you can unironically make lawsuits of that type. This will not go to court. I mean, it's going to get dismissed out of hand, I would imagine. It's fucking absurd. But hey, dude, seek help. Actually seek help. So, anyways, Tanner, are you live?
Yes.
Okay. So, lastly, I want to say, Jake/Mr. Salmonella, thank you for being the first and only Damascus patron. I want to remind you that the Patreon is technically live, but there will not be bonus content until next month, July. There will be more information forthcoming on that topic. But Jake, I apologize for the confusion last time. And of course, thank you, brother, for the support. It means a lot. And of course, thank you to everyone who showed out today. We got a lot of fucking support today from very many people, and I appreciate all of it. It has been my honor and privilege to stream this podcast about this shit game for you. Once again, Wednesday, we'll be going over the COD 2020 leaks. That episode is going to be litty as fuck. So make sure you're listening. Make sure you're watching. We're going to go play some Warzone over at twitch.tv/Tanner Dropshot, but stay here because we're going to do the raid. So everyone, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Have an excellent evening. And as always, remember, stay humble.
Stay humble.